There is no substitute for the truth. Either it is or it isn't. If it's the truth, then it needs no proof. Either it is or it isn't. And I know the truth by the way it feels. Yeah. One of my favorite India Arie song, you know. I probably sang it in the wrong key, but whatever, you got the point. And the truth, the truth, you know, it's like there's no proof. You don't need to prove what's right, because it is. I put on my Facebook the other day, what is what is just is and will never be what it ain't. What is just is and will never be what it ain't, right? So it took me a long time to get to this space to be able to say these things out loud, tell my story and all of these things, and get, you know, I told the last one, but you know, like I said, this thing is a saga, it's continuing, it's you know, it's happening, and it's my life, and it's evolving, you know, and you know, there's so much comfort too in being able to just release some of these things. But I had started to notice, you know, like my energy space, like when I do these videos, especially when I get so detailed about my personal life, and the people who know me, like know me, they're like, whoa, we can't believe you're doing this. Like they're so like, you know, like, oh, we can't believe you're doing this, because they know this is so outside of the realm of who I am, to really just come and put myself out here like this, like just out here like this. I'm private, I'm public in ways where, you know, I choose to be public because I'm an entertainer, but my life is very private, because even when I was with this guy, he's very public outward with his love and his affection, and it's just like I always cringed, you know, like even I remember the first fight we had was like the whole, when we first got together, it was like Facebook, like he wanted me to make him, you know, do the relationship thing on Facebook, and I was just like, but once I was in it, you know. And I mean, me and this man went on and got married and all of that stuff. But in any case, I'm a very private person, so coming to put my life out here like this, especially some of the most excruciating parts of my life, to put it out here like this, is really like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And I have started to notice, whenever I finish these videos, I would just feel this ilk in my spirit. Like before I put it up and feel like, get the reactions or whatever, I would just feel like this, like, you know, like this ilk in my spirit, you know, because it's like you have to go to a space. I have to go into a space like, yo, I'm probably one of the most zen people you'll ever meet, you know, and for me to like come into this space and tell these stories as like detailed and elaborate, it takes a lot out of me. And then I was feeling this, just, and I kept telling everybody, I just feel so much fire in my spirit. I just feel so much fire in my spirit. And I was using the fire as fuel to tell these stories, but the fire was just in my spirit, you know. And I was just like, I don't want to keep feeling fiery like this. And I was just like lashing out at, you know, I'm on Facebook, like just being a little bit more extra on my comments with people. I'm fighting. And it's just like, what's this fire in my spirit, you know? And then I couldn't understand it. Like, I don't, you know, my own spiritual journey is something that it's an inner journey for me. It's not a lot of stuff that I'm like really reading and attaching myself to, or a lot of ways that people do things. I'm really just like taking a pause, going within and analyzing who I am, you know, in the realm of everything, apart, detached from everything that I've been told, and like just when I go within, what do I feel? And so yeah, so my, you know, exploring my spirituality, I don't know a lot because I haven't been like attaching myself to a lot of things. But whenever I need to know something, it comes, you know, like when, you know, they say when you're ready, the teacher will come. So when this thing that I was feeling, this fire in my spirit, I didn't know the words for it. I didn't know how to explain what I was feeling because I haven't read it anywhere. But I had went to Long's, to the drugstore, to get something, and I was sitting there waiting for my Uber, and this lady, you know, like, you know, mentally ill from what it seemed like, you know, probably homeless, and she came and she was coming towards me, and she was like literally like fighting the air, like shooting the air as she was walking in my direction. And then I looked up And normally when I see people, you know, in that space, you know, I kind of like don't make eye contact, because that's what they tell you, don't make eye contact. I've stopped doing that, by the way. I do make eye contact now. But, you know, in that moment, because she was coming so close, I was like, do I not make eye contact? I don't want to get her attention, because I don't want to just, you know. But then I did. I made eye contact, and I looked at her, and I almost kind of like welcome. I was like, hey, auntie, sit down. Like, I kind of like welcome her to sit next to me, you know, and she sat down next to me. And then there was nothing in my spirit that was afraid. It was just like, she was just like another person sitting next to me, and I didn't feel any fear or anything like that. And then we just started talking. And then she said, she was talking to me, and she was like, they're trying to kill me. All these people are trying to kill me. So I was like, who's trying to kill you, auntie? What you do? You know? And then she was just like, oh, I didn't do anything. They're just trying to kill me. She's going into this space of them people. And then, you know, and I just engaged her. I just talked. I asked her questions about the stories that she was telling me. She would tell me more details. I gave her some insight, you know. At one point, I was like, they can't kill you, auntie. They can't kill. I was like, you're protected by God. And she looked me in my eye. She was like, yeah, I am. You too. You know? And I was just like, yes. So it was a really cool interaction. And then even like after, right, when my Uber was about to come, I was like, auntie, I'm going to leave, you know. I don't have much cash on me, but you want to take this $4 and go get something, you know, to eat or something. And I offered the $4 to her like a few times, and she just wouldn't take it. She was like, she just wouldn't take it. She wouldn't, like, act like she didn't hear me the first two times. And then the other times she was just like, no, it's okay. And she didn't take it. And then my Uber came and I left. And then I made a post about it on Facebook, you know, and I said, I feel most heard when I talk to the quote unquote crazy aunties in the street. And then one of my Facebook, a friend of mine, Tina, she posted, she was like, she posted this link or told me about this goddess, Damavati. I think that's what she called it, Damavati. Let me go on my things and make sure. I'm probably saying that wrong. But I've never heard of this goddess. And she was like, this reminds me of this goddess. And just while she's been watching my videos, and she said, just watching your video, it reminds me this is the energy that you're moving in. And she said, be mindful when you read about her. There's a lot of negative things that you'll read, but this is a very powerful, you know, goddess. So I was like, I Googled it. And then let me see if I can find something on her right now on my Google. And I know I'm spelling that all wrong. But, you know, and I Googled her. Yes, Dhumavati. The fearsome represents the fearsome aspect of Devi, the Hindu divine mother. She is often portrayed as an old, ugly widow and is associated with things considered insuspicious and unattractive. So, yeah, so she's like, so when I read that, it resonated right away, because I was like, that's the energy that I'm moving in. That's what I'm moving in. That, because whenever I get this feel and I do these videos, and then right after I just feel like ugly and just like, I can't believe I put so much of myself out there. And the more I read about her and even just engaging with Tina more about it was just like, that's what she does. She comes in this energy, this like, but it's like she comes when it's needed. It's like when things need to be turned around, when people need to get the truth in a harsh way, then she shows up in all her, they call her literally the smoky goddess. You know, and that's when I kept saying, I got fire in my spirit. So I felt like, I feel so much like this energy, you know, I'm moving in this energy. And when I didn't understand, because like I said, I don't know about this goddess, this is just somebody that just brought this to me. But when I didn't understand the kind of energy that I was moving and what it was, and I can articulate it, you know, I paused and I was like, am I off balance? Am I doing something that is off balance? And then, you know, but I didn't feel like it was an imbalance in my spirit. I feel like it's time to tell these stories. And then when I read about her, I was like, yeah, I'm on point, because, you know, it's not a bad thing to feel this fire. It's to be balancing your fire, but it's not a bad thing to feel this fire that I'm feeling. So feeling like the ilk of like letting out all, because it's ugly. The shit that I dealt with was ugly, you know, and then just processing it out loud and talking and putting myself out there in that way. It's like all that energy, you feel it all over again, you know. And I have to tell you, if anybody's watching this, I mean, I don't know, I'm going to continue this YouTube thing because I like talking and I might have some insights, but my grandmother taught me this, you know, and it's recapitulation. So if you're watching this, look, and I'm going to explain to the best of my knowledge what recapitulation is. And pretty much it's a process. It's a ritual, like a process that you do to pull your energy from past traumas, right? So usually people do it when they're like trying to, get their energy back from lovers, sexual partners, and things like that. But the process of the recapitulation is like, it's an actual like thing you do. Is a meditation practice you do, and you write down names and and look it up. I don't want to F it up or anybody, but she taught me about this, and it's pretty much like, going into a space and pulling your energy, because your energy is left in these traumatic spaces. If you don't consciously pull your energy back, you leave your energy in these spaces, and it's still people who have access to those spaces, and your energy still have access to you in some ways. So it's like, if you don't consciously go in there and pull your energy back from by recapitulating, those situations, it stays with you. And I haven't done that. I haven't recapitulated these situations. They just stayed with me, and I'm just like, even though I'm detached from it, I've, blocked these people out of my life, and I'm doing my thing or whatever, I'm reminded when I'm telling these stories again, like, I really needed to but it's literally pulling your energy, like, completely from the situation, and you feel the light, like you feel yourself get lighter when you do that, and I've been doing that and pulling my energy back from these things. And when I started this thing with telling the truth, that's all I can do is tell the truth. All I can do is tell the truth about these matters, because there's nothing else. I have no other dog in this fight other than to tell the truth. I don't want nothing from these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never wanted anything. I begged these people to leave me alone. I just detached myself from it. Just leave me alone. So there's nothing. I have no reason to lie about anything, because I never even want to do this shit in the first place. You know what I'm saying? If it's attention that I'm looking for, I would have done this shit a long time ago and gotten the attention. I wouldn't have shot 3 videos to put on the internet so people can all over me about it. Like, this is not the way I would get my attention. I know other ways to get attention. So it's not for attention. And it's just like, the energy, because it's like, I've put a lot out here, so it's like, shit is swinging, and it's going to keep swinging back, and I recognize that, but I ain't afraid of none of it, but yeah, and integrity, consistency, what I'm saying, and character goes such a long way, because I am at this point of the story of my life in telling these stories to where it's just like, well, is she telling the truth? And then this person is going to be out here saying, she's lying and and it's just like, there's no substitute for the truth. Either it is or it isn't. If I'm lying, this shit will come out clear that I'm lying. And if I'm not, it's going to come out clear that I'm not. And there's nothing in my spirit that's afraid of this thing being exposed and coming out. I have nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. The thing people don't realize, man, like, I read this quote on Facebook just now that said, a meme that said, a person who goes through a lot of stuff being thrown at them, and they don't need any help. And sometimes I'm paraphrasing it. You'll come out on the other end of it okay without doing it with help from other people. That's a person that you have to watch out for. Or, and I was just like, that's an enlightened person. All the things that I've been through, this is not the only thing that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? I would say, I've telling people, I've gone through war. As a little girl, I went through war. I've had cancer. I've survived cancer. Kidney cancer, stage 3 kidney cancer. I survived when I was 27, 28. I was diagnosed with cancer. I've had 2 babies at home. No medicine, natural home birth. And I would tell people the hardest thing I ever had to do was to survive a narcissistic, abusive relationship. And this is all encompassed of all these things that was going on. His narcissism reached further, and it reached this woman, and her narcissism. Well, imagine dealing with 2 narcissists. Imagine being the object of affection for 2 narcissists, not 1, 2 narcissists. Pray for me, y'all. So, yeah, I've been through a lot. And all the things that I've been through has just been pushing me to my awakening, pushing me to be enlightened. Because I could have either just folded. I could have died. I could have died in war. I could have died from cancer. I could have just folded, I could have given up, But I kept going. I keep going. The things that I've done, the places that I've been, the things that I've accomplished on just who I am, I ain't nobody. But my will is big. My will is strong. So, like, I feel for anybody who feel like they can come at me in the way that they're coming at me. And it's just like, yo, you don't know My will is strong. You know the things that I've survived? Do you realize who I am? And I have no fear in me. You know, I have no fear. I know what I've been through. I know what I've come through. So this is just, at this point, it's just like, all right, this is residual stuff that just need to come out of my energy field. So I need to release it. And that's what it is. And it's just like, this person has been wanting my attention for a long time. Even before my husband, for a long time, she's been wanting my attention. And I knew it. But when you know somebody wants your attention that badly and they will go to any length to get your attention, you know, everything inside of me was like, don't give her your attention. Don't give her your attention. And maybe that was my ego too. It's just like, I can't satisfy that thing to give this person my attention, you know. So now, somewhere she thinks this is attention given to her. And it's just like, no, boo, this is just me getting the residual stuff out. Once this is done, you are poofed. Poofed. Another word would never be spoken about you again.